Hey, what's up, guys? We're back this week. Finally chilling, man. How you doing, bro? How you
I'm good.
survived that whole fucking month?
Yeah, it was a crazy month. It went by. It felt like it was actually a long month. Normally, when a bunch of stuff happens, it goes by quick. But this felt like the start of March was like felt like a year ago. How you doing, man?
I'm good too, man. I had to because we want to do a recap of all our recaps, and we're gonna talk about that shit for in a little bit. But like I had to go back and not watch, but just like remind me of every fight on every event and trying to do my list and shit. And I was like, bro, the prospect event seems like it happened like last year, basically. And it
Yeah,
was on
that.
March 5th. So it was basically a month ago. We're April 10th. Oh, yeah. A month and couple of days ago. But yeah, man, crazy fucking times. Um, did you get to watch the Canadians fighting this weekend?
Um. Yeah. Were there multiple who were
Yeah,
who?
there was Loopy. I saw
Yeah.
Loopy. And there was the one that I didn't really see was Julia Budd. The only
Oh
thing I
yeah.
can tell you about that one is that, bro, basically there was a fucking mouse that found his way into my house. And it was a very tough time to try to catch her. So she absolutely exhausted me. And when I opened the PFL broadcast, I fell, man. And the only thing I remember is that, when you're kind of sleeping, but you're early in your sleep, so you still kind of hear what's going around. And fucking they were bringing Kayla Harrison like during the Julia Budd fight. They were bringing her in to like give or take or whatever the fuck, and she was absolutely hating on Larissa Pacheco. It was absolutely hilarious. She was like, "Ah, she's losing. Julia Budd is winning that fight, and the lead. Larissa is trash," and all that. And then I fell asleep and found out that Larissa ended up winning the day after. So probably it was just Kayla hating, I guess. Didn't really see the fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was able to catch some of like the earlier fights on the card, but I had stuff to do later on, so I wasn't able to catch her fight. But I just saw some of the highlights and was looking at what people were saying on social media afterwards, and like it was pretty close. Like those last two rounds, I think she had an argument to win, but I still need to watch that.
Yeah, I think it's on their YouTube.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
weird
yeah,
because
but
I don't. Is it like uh, on TSN?
no, it's like all live stream now. Their whole events are for just this season. They weren't last year, and like the Challenger series wasn't even live streamed in Canada for free on YouTube, but the regular season is luckily. So that's good news for this weekend too.
Yep, I am not looking forward to this fight, but yeah, let's. Because I feel like Ali's gonna win, but I feel like they just want him to lose so bad. And at PFL, they're always down to like fucking invent some new rules or whatever the fuck. So
Yeah,
I
you
bro,
never know what they're gonna
I
pull out of
oh
their
man,
hat.
I just fucking ate him so bad, man. And like Jesse didn't make me love them more. Like he
Yeah,
just said so many shit that I was like, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about them, and like just to know that that's actually how it goes down. I'm like, this shit's trash, man. So yeah, there was that, and then Loopy, like bro, to be honest, I was kind of bored after a round, so I went to buy some tacos. I said two Mexicans fighting. I need to go buy some fucking tacos, man. So I went and bought some tacos, and there was no internet at the taco spot because Montreal is a war zone right now. I don't know why. There was like, bro, I don't even know how you say that. I'm gonna translate that real quick. Like a probably a blizzard. They, they
oh
they say they say
shit.
like black ice. No, that's not a good.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a
Yeah,
good.
black ice is that's what it's called.
Yeah. So there was that shit in Montreal. And it's weird because I'm, let's say, 20 minutes, 30 minutes from Montreal. And like, yes, there was a blizzard for sure. Lasted like maybe 2 hours, but then it was hot outside, so all the ice melted and everything. But I don't know why not in Montreal. And like since then, like there's trees broken down everywhere. Max just had his Wi-Fi back on Saturday, which is almost 5 days after the blizzard. and he had it like Saturday night on the second fight of the prelims of the UFC card.
Just in time to watch.
Yeah, just in time to watch. So it's pretty crazy to know that like fuck, Montreal is a huge city and like many people still don't have power or internet or all that. But yeah, so no, but I think Loopy did good, man, because the thing with her was kind of when she's not able to get her takedown, sometimes her striking is kind of not holding up. And I felt like she wasn't able to get any takedowns in that fight, but her striking held up. So she did good, man. It was okay. It's just fucking Cynthia Calvillo is she's kind of done. I don't know why. She just lost 5 in a row. She has like no confidence anymore. She's just there in the fight and she's doing okay, but she's not doing much. So it's always weird to watch her fight, I feel nowadays.
Yeah, Cynthia definitely isn't like on the better stretch of her career right now, but it was a pretty good fight. Like I thought Loopy, her stand up looked good. Cynthia, like obviously she looked like quite a bit bigger than her in there. So you it was hard for I didn't think Loopy, she didn't shoot that many takedowns, I don't think. So I think probably going that fight with Angela Hill gave her quite a bit of confidence on the feet to know that she can go to the decision with her and have her own moments and like have an argument to win that first round. But it was a pretty good fight, and yeah, good job by Loopy. Hopefully she gets in those rankings when the time this is out.
Yeah, it's tough to be honest, because like I feel like she's very comfortably the 17th best in the world right now. Like, cause like the way that it's all playing out. Like, I don't have my ranking in front of me, but like it's like Loopy lost to Peña, who lost to Emily Ducote, who lost to Murata, who lost to Angela Hill. So it's like all kind of a bunch of names that it's kind of tough to rank Loopy in front of any of them because she kind of lost to the one just in front of her, who then lost to the other, who then lost to the other, who then like so. It's tough, but yeah, no, she's on her way for sure in the near future. She's still very young in her career too. Like I know she's got like plenty fights and everything, but she last year or the year before was, I think it was last year, she was fighting basically like once every weekend for a little stretch
Yeah.
there. So yeah, no, there's still a lot of room to grow and to improve, and she's already like very close to be ranked. So I feel like soon enough she probably be one of the, if not the only Canadian fighter ranked in the UFC.
Yeah, I hope I can see some more takedowns next fight from her, because just the last 2 fights, she's had good moments in the striking, so I don't blame her for it. But it seems like her bread and butter is the grappling, and that's where she really like dominates and has had some of her best moments in the UFC that I can recall. But striking is looking good against these higher up ranked opponents. Not crazy high ranked, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
they're known veterans.
Yeah, no, Calvillo was highly ranked before she moved weight and lost 4 fights in a row. Kind of sucks for her because she probably getting cut. She lost 5 now, but her 2 last fights, like I don't think there's a big claim for her that she beat Loopy, but there's a big claim that she beat like Nina Nunez the fight before.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of sucks to be let go on 2 split decisions, but yeah, gotta win these fights, man.
I feel like UFC will they'll be happy to give her like to some contender series girl one more fight if there's one more on her contract or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Do you think we can see Loopy in Vancouver? That would be like hometown, but fuck,
Yeah,
man. I was looking on Twitter today, and I think like Big Marcel, he puts out the lineups for like upcoming events and everything, and like there's already 10 fights booked on the card. So we're not looking at 4 or 5 more fights. Like it's kind of gonna be. I think it's kind of that, maybe one more Canadian and maybe 2 fights to try to do something for that main card, man. Because fuck, man.
damn. I guess yeah. Well, fucking yeah. Jeez, it doesn't feel like there's that many fights on there. Like I don't know. That's crazy. There's already 10 fights on there. I can't believe that. Because what do you really think Nate Landwehr and Dan Ige is gonna be on the main card.
Bro, it's gonna be like top 3 fights.
That pay-per-view is doing like 50K.
Bro, man, like I wanted to have that talk, man, because we want to go to that event, but I don't know what's the strategy here, man.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like, are people really gonna be chomping at the bit to go to that event and buy all their tickets right away? Are they gonna sell out?
Bro. Yeah, I don't think so, bro. Like the reaction on Twitter was like, "Oh shit, an event in Vancouver that's 15 minutes away from my house, and I'm not going."
Yeah, it's like I was more hyped for that BFL card that just happened.
Yeah, bro, for real, they ate us, man.
Those title fights on the BFL card were more interesting than the title fight we're getting there because we just saw Nunes whoop Pena for 25 minutes in a row.
Yeah.
And yeah, Pena didn't even defend the belt like once. She won it and lost it. Now she gets a rematch. Like, I get it's the trilogy, but the UFC already sounds like they're moving on from the Pereira Adesanya trilogy, and to give Pena one,
like, bro, there's a part of me who understands because it's a fucking ghost division. Like, there's nobody there, so yeah, gotta give it to Pena. But I feel like more people would have loved to see the Aldana fight, and like at least it's like it's not a strong main event, like, but it's new matchup. Like, I don't know, bro. It's just I want to go to that event, but like I don't know at what price.
yeah,
You know,
because
because like if the tickets come out and they're like $250 a ticket, like bro, I'm not paying that shit to go see a Amanda Nunes trilogy and fucking Wonder Boy and Pereira in a freak show fight, and then fucking Nate the Train maybe winning but maybe not too.
I'll
And
pay
then
five. I'll
and then
pay.
Canadians I already know. Like I'm more excited about like what could happen like around the event than like the actual event, I feel.
Yeah, I'll pay like 250, 200. I'll pay so much money just to see Nate the Train do his post fight interview live. So I think yeah, that's all I want to go there for. It's just for the chance to hear that. But it's a tough fight for him, for Dan Ige. I wish they gave him someone that's not gonna spark him out in the first round like Onama almost did. But yeah, I think Mike Malott will probably get on that card. You'd think. I could.
I think like, oh man, like we need a fight, man.
Like, Malott's in a
Like,
position where he can get a pretty high, like someone in the top 20, maybe, to justify putting him on the main card of the pay-per-view as well. So like, yeah, Ian Gary's going to fight Rodriguez, so that won't happen now. But there's quite a few fun fights that could happen, and you could justify like having it open up the main card on a pay-per-view of this caliber.
yeah, bro. To be honest, like they tell me you get the same main event, the same fucking card, but like we don't have like, and I don't want to really say names because it's not against these fighters, but like we don't have like Nelson and Belbita and like all these people on the event. Like the event is actually you get fucking Jamie Siraj, you get Mick Dufal, you get Anthony Romero, you get Alex Morgan. Then I would be fucking excited and I would want to go. But like, I don't know, bro. It's just fighters, Canadian fighters that we already know, that we kind of already know, like their ceiling. I feel, except maybe for a Malott or some people like that. Like, bro, I feel like we kind of seen where the Wodu stands in his division. Like he's very good, maybe not top 15, but very close to it. So we kind of know where he stands and everything. So like, bro, I don't know. It's a tough event, man. It's very like it feels like we were asking for a card and they were like, bro, this fucking June pay-per-view is always doomed every year. It's fucking trash. So are the Canadian people gonna be like stupid enough and or too polite to reject that event? So let's try to sell that shit to them. So they're trying to sell that shit to us. And like, bro, to be honest, it's just, man, I like, fuck. I don't want to pay too much money to be there, man. It's just, because, okay, my experience is that last pay-per-view in Montreal was very rough, like very, very rough, like bad card. Our co-main event was basically Rampage against Fabio Maldonado, who were both like 10 years past their primes. And the main event was Demetrius Johnson and Kyoji Origuchi. And like I said, oh, it's a pay-per-view. I really want to be there. So I bought my tickets when they got out. It cost me like, let's say, $180 for a ticket. So I was like, oh, okay, it's not that bad or whatever. But then the event was not selling out at all. And my coach was able to get some better tickets than me on fight week for like $70.
Jeez.
So I'm like, bro, am I spending money to buy tickets when they get out for that event? Or I'm just like waiting to see fight week if like there's some cheap option. And if there's not, bro, I'm just fucking watching it from home and going to the after party, you know?
Yeah, I haven't been able to go to a UFC event yet, so I think I'm
Yeah,
going regardless, just
I know, man.
sadly. But I think the worst part about all of this, the biggest slap in the face to Canadians, is that Charles Jourdain's fighting on UFC 288, and he's like the most exciting Canadian fighter, like probably the biggest name that the UFC's even been pushing in the past year or two, and they're throwing him on the pay-per-view a month before they're coming back to Canada. Like, that's one that they could throw on, like, they could give him like a crazy opponent, like Nate the Train and Charles Jourdain would be insane, and that could be a feature fight on this pay-per-view.
Yeah, or even just move that Kron fight back. But like,
Yeah.
to be honest, from what I know, because I've been knowing about this fight like a good month and a half, 2 months before it was announced. So basically, I feel like the UFC in Canada was not really a plan when they booked him. And then he's booked and he's on the main card of a pay-per-view so they don't really want to move him. Even though I see on Twitter people trying to push in for him to get off the main card to get the Dober Frivola fight on the main card, because Frivola is a hometown guy and whatever the fuck the case is. But yeah, no, man, it's just, I guess
give Dober the main event and just give us Jourdain. I'll take that trade. They can take, I don't know, I can't think of one of these prelim fights that isn't too good.
It's like all Canadians except for, they can get fucking Matt Schnell and Dvorak.
Yeah, that's a fair trade, I think.
Well, I don't know if it's a fair trade, but they can get it for sure and give us Jourdain. But yeah.
As long as Jourdain's leg doesn't get ripped off, then I think it's a fair trade. Because the other alternative is Jourdain playing like bongo drums on his head for 15 minutes.
It's an hilarious fight, bro. It's like two guys who don't really wrestle that good offensively and defensively. And then there's one guy who's very bad at striking and the other guy is not very good at grappling. And like, it's just hilarious, man. It's just the most hilarious fucking matchup they could book, man. And it's because basically he was supposed to fight him years ago. Like when he was on his run of I want to face Cub Swanson or whatever. I don't remember we fought. Was it just after his first win or after Koulibaly? I don't remember. But they were trying to book him and Kron so that if he beat Kron, he would have just beat the guy who got beat by Cub so he could call out Cub. But then fucking Kron went I don't know where, man. he just disappeared on his journey to find out if the earth was indeed flat or not. But yeah, no, that's an hilarious matchup. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not gonna be for us. We're getting the Doom June card. That's always crap because they're loading up International Fight Week and they look like they're going to London for a second pay-per-view in July. So, bro, we're gonna get like the extreme trash.
Or chopped liver.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see, man. At least they're gonna be in Vancouver all week, and I'm probably get to hang out with Barrio a little bit. I haven't seen him in a while, so that might be what makes it up, what makes it all up. But yeah, let's do our thing, man.
Yeah, let's go.
We got some lists for you. I'm a list guy. If you didn't know, now you know. We're looking at the events that were taking place in March. There were 6 events. And we're going to do some fucking lists. Like I said, we've got the best fight of the month, the best KO, best submission, the biggest upset, the best moment or our personal favorite moment, the best performance, and the best event. So I think we could start with the event, It's like the only one that I've ranked the whole 6 of them, because there's 6, so it would be kind of weird to do a top 5, because if you do a top 5 you kind of automatically know which one you put last. So I'm gonna just say it like it is. I'm gonna rank all 6 of them. Number 6 was Unified 50, rough event. Number 5 was PFC 15. At number 4 I got Fight League Atlantic 8. At number 3 I got BTC 19. And then I feel like it was really between 2 events to decide which one is the number 1 for you. And yeah, I was there at one of them, so it's going to be tough to beat. So number 2 BFL, number 1 Samurai MMA 5. That's my ranking.
Yeah, I see pretty much eye to eye with you. I just, yeah, I thought PFC, just because all those finishes, I don't know, it was pretty crazy. And seeing some of those women's fights were pretty fun. So I threw like Unified at 6, then FLA, PFC, BTC. I was at one of these events and not the other. So Samurai number 2 and then BFL number 1, because I was there, and it was a monster card, like 16 fights, 3 title fights. If weigh-ins weren't like madness, and there could have been closer to 20 fights, like I think 18, 19. But yeah, it was overall just just because some of those shows weren't at the top, it doesn't mean they were bad events. They were still super fun to watch. And yeah, it was a great month for all of the promotions that put on the shows.
I guess. To be honest, I feel like 5 of these 6 events were great, and the Unified one was just fucking tough, man. Just fucking tough. But yeah, they're gonna be back for sure. Unified is probably the best promotion in the country, so I don't really doubt that they're gonna be back. But that one was rough, man. So let's go for the fights. Let's go for the fucking fights. I think we'll each do like a rundown from 5 to 2, and then I'll say my number 1, then you'll say your number 1. So yeah, or we can do 5, 5, 4, 4. Yeah, let's do it like that. Let's do number 5, then your number 5. So
okay, yeah.
So mine at number
mine aren't in the like. I'm making up the order on the fly now,
yeah.
So I didn't have the most order down.
Yeah, no, don't worry, man. Don't worry. At number 5, I got Xavier Nash and David. It was like the. To be honest, I was really hesitant here. I had Damani against Molina. I had Mead against Langlais, that were really close to that fight, and I was like, I think the 2 other are like, they're really like fucking pure bangers and stuff like that. But it's always going to be tough for me, even though the fight is not like super action packed. It's always going to be tough for me to appreciate a 1 round and a half fight where people are brawling more than like a 5 round technical affair where there's some momentum swings and where people are showing us like amazing levels of technique while delivering a good fight. So that's why I had to put that fight over them. So at number 5 it's Xavier Nash and Navid.
Number 5 for me, I had to go with Jesse Ronson and
Robert Series.
Yeah, Robert Series. Just blanking on the name there. It's been a long day, but Don't worry. It was everything I expected it to be. Sort of, it was just crazy. Ronson Series running in there and just throwing wildly, and Ronson was able to get the back and cinch up the rear naked choke. So I thought it was just a super fun, quick fight, and it was fireworks like I thought it'd be.
Yep, absolutely. At number 4 for me, we've got Tony Rojas and Nico Cambasis. Really cool first round where they were both exchanging some cool ass techniques, and then second round we get the crazy finish. And also, yeah, man, it was the card, the fight that saved the Unified card. Just tough that it was the first one, and then they peaked there, and it was kind of, well, I don't want to say downhill from there, but kind of. So yeah, number 4 for me, Tony Rojas, Nico Cambasis at Unified 50.
Number 4 for me was Mike Mead versus Mateo Langlace at BTC 19. It was just a super fun one-round fight where they were both just throwing down, and super entertaining from the start to finish.
Yeah, that was a great fight. Then number 3 for me, Josh Kwiatkowski, JT Donaldson at BFL 76. I think like there are 3 fights that really, for me, separated from the rest of the pack that were like more evident for me as like great ass fights that are probably gonna be on my year-end list and everything. And that was one of them. I thoroughly enjoyed, man. So I got it at number 3.
Yeah, I think I'm forgetting about one that's in your top 3, but for me, number 3, I had Alana Cook versus Jackie McLean. Was a super fun. That third round was just crazy. I think both of them had their moments in it. Jackie, she started out strong the first 2 rounds, but yeah, Alana came out super strong in the third, and it was just being there live for that one. It was a crazy moment in that last 5 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. I think the one that you maybe not having in your top 3 is my number 2. I hope it is, because if it's not that one, I think you're lacking. But yeah, my number 2 is it's because I'm a jiu-jitsu nerd. So when you get a fight where people are grappling the fuck out of each other, I'm always gonna have a lot of fun. So that's why my number 2 is Kevin Popovic and Blake Oswald at PFC 15.
Yeah, you were right. I had Kevin in for a sub because it was just a super fun like fight, and I just remembered the finish was nice. But I think it fits more in the fight. But yeah, for me, number 2, I had Tommy Morrison versus Edwin Daniel Martinez Correa. It was just a super fun flyweight fight, went the distance, and they both had their moments and looked really good, throwing lots, and yeah, just lots of fun.
Yeah, that's my number 1. Tommy and Edwin, crazy ass fight, like action packed, but also super fucking technical. Like when you see a 2-0 guy and a 1-0 guy, you don't expect that level of action. And like Tommy kind of always delivers that, but yeah, Edwin was great. I hope we see him back at Samurai, and like the action and the level of technique in that fight was absolutely crazy. So by far my fight of the month here.
Yeah, for me it was Josh Kwiatkowski versus JT Donaldson. I think I'm just a little bit biased because I literally was just editing the video last night and today, so it's super fresh in my memory. But they were just throwing heavy. They each landed good shots, and like we're just in the pocket like the whole time, just nonstop throwing. And yeah, lots of fun watching that one live too, being there for that. It was just crazy. Josh landed a lot of really good leg kicks, and JT had some really good just like combos that he landed going forward lots, but Josh was able to edge out the split decision in that, and was everything I thought it would be. When you see 2 guys like that fighting, you just know it's going to be entertaining.
For sure, man. It was crazy as fuck. Then let's move on to the knockout of the month. Before I get going here, I just gotta say, it really depends on how you look at shit. For the knockouts, I'll always pick like an individual technique over like the brutality of shit. Because let's say I'm going just for brutality, like of course my number 1 would either be Mallet Balmir, or some like Joe Ramsey, Colton Boxell, like something like that. But I prefer to go for, yes, of course, the way that the finish happens, like it's very important. But like I prefer like to see an individual technique that I was like, oh shit, that was super slick or whatever. That's usually what I'm gonna put higher on the knockout list. So I just wanted to point that out before I get going, because yeah, there's some knockouts that are brutal as fuck that I did not put into my top 5 here. But my number 5 was beautiful and brutal as fuck. It's Jake Craig and Josh Hines, the body kick at Unified 50. Yeah, he got kicked in his tummy, man, and it was pretty bad.
Yeah. Number 5 for me, I had Ash Mashregi getting that 8-second or so knockout against Dario, taking away Dario's undefeated record. And yeah, as Dave Perron, our friend, would say, Ash is back.
Ash is back indeed, man. You know, Dave fucking loves Ash Mashregi,
I
man.
didn't know, but after I listened to the commentary, I thought he might like him a little bit.
Yeah, because like they're from the same era of BFL, like when Dave was fighting and was champion and everything.
Hmm.
And I think they both train at Titans. Because Dave
Yeah.
is the one that brought me to Titans, basically. And I know Ash is from there. He had Nabil and Kentran in his corner. So yeah, I think there was a little something there. But number 4 for me, Justin Condy and Sean Wallace, the brutal fucking right hand. That was a knockout, man. That was a knockout for sure.
Yeah, number 4 for me was Jonathan Ramsey versus Colton Boxell. It's just like right away in the fight, Colton came out trying to get that takedown, and Ramsey was able to just like I think frame off a little bit and just only took 1 or 2 shots to drop him and 1 more to put him out. Just savage performance from Jonathan.
Yep, absolutely, man. At number 3 for me, it's like I said, I don't always pick brutality, but I had to pick that one, man. Danny Mallet, Jordan Balmir. Like the short right hand staggers him back, and then against the fence, like the flurry, and then hits up with the final shot, and kind of like helps him to fucking face plant on the. It was one of the most brutal shit that I've ever seen, man. So I had to put it on there at number 3.
And number 3 was Tony Rojas. That head kick was just nasty. They blitzed forward. I think started the combo off with a flying knee, then threw some punches, and then just finished with the high kick and dropped Cambasis and finished with the ground and pound.
Yep, I had difficulty picking between my number 1 and my number 2. I rewatched them plenty times, and I was like, oh, which one is my favorite individual technique in that one? And it was tough. I think both could have won, but at number 2 for me, it's Rodrigo against Said Mirzai, the knee at BFL. Yeah, that was brutal as fuck, man. Like perfect combination of brutal and beautiful.
Yeah, that was nasty. I feel bad for leaving that one off on it, but yeah. For me, number 2, I had to give it to Zachary Baldwin at BTC. Just that big overhand just dropped him, and it was just a crazy like exchange before that, and just it was nuts.
Yep, my number 1 is Tony Rojas, man.
Oh
Like
yeah.
flying knee, the combination ends it with the switch kick. Like beautiful stuff, man. It's flowing, everything. Like everything I'm asking for in a knockout was there. So that's gonna be one of my favorites of the year, I'm sure, at the end of the year. So like Rodrigo was amazing. He could have got it, but it's like one big technique that ends the fight. Is just like the final combination and the knee before that. The way that Tony did that was just beautiful, man. So I had to give it to him.
Yeah, number 1 for me was Justin Condy over Sean Wallace, because it was just like main event facing a super experienced guy, and he just came out and it was just brutally put it on and then finished him so quick. It was just a savage performance from Justin Condy.
Yep, no, it was crazy, man. Let's go for submission now. My category here, that's mine. I'm the resident expert in that shit, and yeah. Number 5 is Rob Protomani, Matt Bednarek. The guillotine in transition was super fucking slick, man. And the way that he flipped him to finish it, that's one of the moves that I really like to do in the gyms too. So when I see a guy pull off one of my moves in the fight, I know that shit actually works. So makes me happy. So yeah, Rob gets the 5th place with that guillotine finish.
Yeah, for me, number 5, I just had to give it to Sylvester Sanchez, just because I don't know. I know that the finish wasn't anything special. The submission, I feel kind of dumb saying it now, but it was just the whole. Yeah, that should probably go in performance, but yeah, I just thought it was a nice classic rear naked choke. But
yeah, it was good. It was absolutely not defended too, man, which is always pretty funny, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I only had 3 down for this one, so I was just scrambling and looking through the cards, trying to pull them up and find a nice one. So yeah, I'll
No.
cut that.
Nah, don't worry, don't worry, bro, man. It's all in the perception, man. I think your point is valid, but yeah, number 4. Isaiah Meditug, the Darce choke. I'm a Darce choke guy. If you do a Darce choke, you're gonna be on one of my lists. He's on the list because he fucking did a Darce choke, and it was a cool Darce choke. So yeah, Isaiah, cool comeback win too in that fight. That adds up that adds some style points, let's say, to the submission.
Yeah, no, it's gonna sound like I'm copying you because I just said that, but I did just have 4 and not 5 on this one, and the 4th one was Medituck because it was he's my I don't know, I was chatting him up at BFL. He's a super nice guy, and that was just a savage performance for McLovin, and yeah, to sort of switch the tides in that fight and get that Darce was super nice.
Yep, it was amazing, but I had to put the cousin submission in front of him because the cousin of the Darce is the Anaconda, and I had to give it to Fred Duprat, wins the belt with the Anaconda. The way that he tried for the guillotine a couple of times, but wasn't really working out, didn't have his angle or anything. So final time was like, fuck it, I'm just going all the way through. And the way that he jumped and used his knees and his legs to isolate the arm to really make his Anaconda super tight. That was cool technique, the way that Fred did it. So I got to acknowledge that. Very cool submission. Could have been number 1, but I feel like the 2 other that I'm gonna talk about, they're not only weird, but they're just fucking crazy the way that they happen. So yeah, number 3 is the Anaconda, Fred Duprat.
Yeah, number 3 for me was Tyler Wilson. That I believe it was a guillotine against Blake Sigvaldason, but yeah, 30 seconds into the fight, just cinched it up, and it was yeah, it made it look pretty easy.
That's my number 2, man. Tyler Wilson against Blake. Weird ass fucking guillotine. Like when you're in side control, you're not supposed to still be getting choked by the guillotine. So Blake did what he had to do basically here, but Tyler just had a weird ass angle, and he felt like he was able to like still apply the choke from that position. And Blake, like I just know how he feels about that, because like when you're getting choked in jiu-jitsu, it's like it's kind of imprinted in your mind that like when you're in, like, let's say this submission, you got like I'm gonna just tell a story, man, real quick to illustrate what I'm trying to say, because I don't really find my words. I was rolling with a guy once. He gets me into an inverted triangle, but he doesn't get my arm in. To get the inverted triangle, you need fucking, it's a triangle. You need the head and you need one of the 2 arms in the choke. So the guy just fucking takes the inverted triangle on me, but with no arms. I got my 2 arms outside. He's only trying to triangle my neck with his long legs. So he's choking me the fuck out, but in my head, I'm like, I'm not in a triangle because my arm is not in. So I'm not getting choked. So I just need to fight and defend, and I'm gonna be okay. And then, bro, I just fucking woke up. So that basically, that I think that's kind of what happened to Blake here. It was like, yeah, I'm kind of not breathing well, but I passed his guard, so his guillotine is not gonna work. And Tyler was able to adjust it to make it work from that weird ass position. So major props to him. That was a very, very cool submission.
Yeah, for me, number 2, I had to give it to the toaster, Frederick Duprat, for that Anaconda choke. It was weird not seeing him just latch it up right away in the first 30 seconds. So, but we got to see him fight for a couple more minutes and still give us a nasty submission win. So,
and now I really gotta know what's your number 1, man.
Yeah, you know what my number 1 is, man. I can't.
It's the same, huh? We got the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Ali Wazook, inverted triangle, crazy ass shit, man. The way that he gets it from the back while you think he's kind of falling off, and he kind of recognizes that he's falling off from the back. So he pulls his leg through, fucking cinches the triangle in, and grabs the leg and fucking bends Mitch in half. which is like the dirtiest fucking way to finish an inverted triangle. But bro, it's it's a fight. So nah, man, that submission was sick, man.
Yeah, he lashed it up nice during that like reversal when Mitch thought he was just going to be able to get on top, but yeah, grabbed that leg. He had nowhere to go. It was just like, nasty.
Yep. Then let's move on to the upset, which is a weird category. I am looking forward to see how you ranked these fights here because it's kind of twofold. Yes, we add odds for BFL, so of course when a guy that was heavily favored on the odds gets a win over a guy that wasn't, it's kind of an upset. But I also rank these fights like according to, like, there's some fights that we didn't have any odds, so I don't really know if that guy beating that other guy is an upset in the proper terms, but like it's definitely results that surprised me that I wasn't expecting. So that's how I ranked it. At number 5, it's really like a material odds thing. Dario was heavily favored to beat Ash, and he didn't. So it's my number 5.
You go through with your whole list because I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I only had a couple ready for this. I'm just gonna quickly see if I can find 4.
Yeah, cool. Don't worry, man. I got Karim Anyan and Liam Gallagher at the number 4. It was a very close fight, in my opinion. So the way that it played out with Karim being very dominant, having the best success on the feet, which was, I don't want to say expected, but kind of. But the way that Karim was able to get the takedowns and get the ground control and the best moments on the ground against the grappler in Liam, it was very surprising to me. So I got Karim at number 4. Number 3, it's Silvestre Sanchez and Matt Smith. I don't think nobody was expecting that. Like, especially with the kind of, I don't know if it's there, if it's like that in BC, but here we're kind of used to having the boxing promotions having like 6 fighters from Quebec fighting 6 Mexicans, and they always lose, man. They always fucking lose. So we're kind of like expecting to see, oh, local guy against Mexican. The Mexican's surely not gonna win that one. And here the Mexican just came in and fucked Matt Smith up like badly, like so bad that he didn't want to defend the fucking rear naked choke. So that was very surprising. Then that's the one I got it high. I got it at number 2. It's because of the record. I like, to be quite honest, I think it could be number 1. But I'm not really surprised that the guy who won the fight. So that's why I can't put it at number 1. But I get it that when you got a 4-0 guy fighting a guy who's 8-2, you kind of expect it to be tough for the 4-0 guy. So my number 2 is Justin Conde against Sean Wallace, which leads to my number 1. Who I could have gave him the knockout, didn't, but I'm gonna give him the upset of the month. It's Rodrigo Cezinando against Sayed Mirza. I feel like we had some odds for that fight. It was close, like very close. I feel like it was warranted in the build up to that fight to have some close odds. But the way that Rodrigo just came in and absolutely dominated that fight in every aspect of it, it was absolutely surprising and a result that I wasn't expecting. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if Rodrigo won a close back and forth fight, but the way that he came in and just wrecked Said, it was very surprising to me. So I got to give him the upset of the month.
I think you're missing one, buddy.
Yeah. Which one?
Did you say Faber Cell?
Nah, bro. Faber Cell was winning that fight. I'm sorry to tell you, man. I was not surprised. I was not surprised by that, man.
Damn, that was my spoiler alert. That was my number 1 upset of the month. I was shocked. I saw the odds for that, and I thought the odds weren't wide enough because I just thought Ryan was. I thought Ryan was going to take care of business. I don't know. I bought into the whole retirement fight and everything like that. But yeah, that was my number 1. Number two upset of the month was Ash Mastregi, just because Dario's the undefeated fighter going into that. Ash's record isn't nearly as pretty, and like I thought that Ash had a decent chance just because of the whole weight class situation for Dario moving up, and Ash he's fought at middleweight before, but just pure odds and narrative wise, there was a huge upset. Like Ash was a 4-1 underdog, I believe. Dario 5-1 favorite going in on the betting lines, but then after that, I had Rodrigo Cezinando over Said as number 3. Yet, like the odds were very close for that one. I believe they were a pick'em. If I'm not wrong, I think Said closed as a bit of a favorite, but just after the weigh-ins and just how we've seen the last couple fights for the Brazilians go when they come to BFL, I was thinking it would be a very good night for Said. And then the weigh-ins, like Said looked very, very big compared to him, and at the face-offs, I thought. So yeah, I was like really shocked when Rodrigo came in and just did what he wanted to do. Number 4, Sylvester Sanchez, just same sort of thing what you said with the Mexican coming over, and just how after seeing how stuff's gone in Samurai and stuff, because I haven't seen the boxing, so that's like the boxing for me in that example. And then number 5, I've got Justin Conde taking on Sean Wallace. So yeah, very similar list, but just built a bit different.
Yeah, no, for the Faber one, I get like it's of course it's an upset. Like people were expecting Ryan Ford to win that one, but what made me kind of want to pick Faber in that fight was the grappling against Ali Charkey. Yeah, I know Ali Charkey is not an opponent of the caliber of Ryan Ford. He doesn't have the experience and everything, but I know he trains a lot with Jesse Arnett, and I hear a lot of very good stuff from his grappling. Coming from Jesse Arnett, who's himself a very, very proficient grappler, a good wrestler and everything. So the way that Faye was able to defend these takedowns and even get some of his own, I was like, yeah, Ryan Ford's going to have the edge in the striking, but like it's going to be 5 rounds and there's going to be some grappling and there's going to be some tough spots. And wasn't expecting Ryan Ford to go there, out-grapple the guy and gas himself out. That wasn't what I expected at all. But like, it wasn't a fight that I was confidently picking Ryan Ford in. So it's tough to me to put it as one of my 5 biggest upsets, but it was one of the 2 other fights that I considered for the list. The other one was Cedric Lochard against Jared Dumont at BTC. I almost put it on the list, but yeah, they were kind of number 6 and 7 for me. So let's move on to the moment. The moment is the weird one because it can be absolutely anything. Like your favorite moment of the month could be, I was at BFL and I saw 2 motherfuckers fight in the crowd, and that was my moment of the month. Like it could be any individual moment in a fight or whatever. And yeah, let's start. I got number 5. Conde comes into enemy territory and just smokes Sean Wallace at FLA. That was a crazy moment. Maybe not for the crowd there that didn't want to see this at all, especially after their 2 other hometown guys lost to Isaiah and then to Terry, and then Sean Wallace comes in and he's like, Sean's not letting us down on that fight, and then he gets fucking smoked in a minute. So it was tough for the crowd, but yeah, like the surprise effect of the way that this fight went down and everything, it was a vintage moment and really put Justin Conde on the map. So I know I ranked him in plenty categories there, but I gotta keep giving him his props for that win, man.
Yeah, number 5 for me was just getting to see Jamie Lynn Horth and Kyle Machado, Tristan Connolly. Just some even saw Kajik Johnson over there at BFL, just running into some fighters over there and saying what's up. It's just cool seeing them for the first time and getting to talk to Kyle in person after having him on the first episode of the podcast.
Yep, I know Kai is an amazing guy, man. My number 4 is the return of the king, Alex Morgan, back home. Was an expeditive fight, but like the room was going crazy. Like everybody was there to see him. No, like sometimes these local shows, like there's a fighter who fights earlier on the card and gets a big crowd into the place, and when he's done, they just all fucking leave because they were there to see that guy, and like they don't really care about the other people on the card. But that wasn't the case for Samurai. Even the people that bought tickets from other people wanted to stay to see Alex Morgan fight because he's such a OG and a well-loved fighter in Quebec. So to see him come back after that fucking tough fight against Blake Builder that we all hated and that all got us very sad for months, to see him come back home and get a very impressive win against a high-level opponent, it was an amazing moment for everybody that was there. So that's my number 4.
My number 4 favorite moment of the month was Jared Revel getting the submission of Jesse Taylor in front of the hometown crowd, getting back in the win column, and it was just sick to see. Great way to end the night, and he just like pulled it out of the bag because Jesse was having a lot of success to start off that fight, and then Jared hit him with a nasty elbow while he had him in his guard, and threw up the triangle and got the tap right away.
Yep. For me, number 3 is Joe Ramsey smoking a fool in 6 seconds. Like, it wasn't like crazy enough technical knockout to get into the knockout category for me, but like the moment was insane. And the interview afterward with the t-shirt with Lozon's face on it and the crazy ass speech that he gave, and like it's crazy because I put his interview on TikTok. It went fucking viral. It's got like 250,000 views. And most people in the comments are like trashing him for the way that he speaks. And it's kind of crazy because he's like one of the most well-spoken guys we've got in Quebec. But like, it's just very Quebecois the way that he was speaking. Like, go Lozon, mon tabarnak. It was hilarious as fuck. So great moment by Joe Ramsey, who keeps giving these crazy ass moments every time he fights.
Number 3 for me was the chess master coming home and getting that win in the main event. It was just sick to see. It was a flawless performance, and took care of business in front of the fans.
Yup. Number 2, Danny Mallette, Jordan Balmire. Like, bro, what the fuck happened there? Like, the surprise effect of the way it went down is just crazy, man. Because Jordan Balmire is well known in Quebec. He's 0-0 in MMA. So if you don't know him, you're like, yeah, of course, a 2-0 guy beat a 0-0 guy. But Jordan Balmire has been like main eventing boxing cards. I think he was like 11-2 in boxing. And the only 2 losses he had were like to Stephen Butler and another guy who was like one of the best in his division. So Jordan Balmire is like a well-known combat sport athlete in Quebec and had amazing experience advantage over Danny Mallette. So just fucking get smoked like that, and the brutality that it was, man. It was something else, man.
For me, number 2 was seeing the champions Matteo Vogel and Surrey City beat former UFC fighters, some veterans, and get like I'd say their biggest wins of their career so far, both in the same month, and one step closer to making it to the UFC.
Yeah, man. I'm so sorry about my number 1, man. To be honest, I feel very bad. Like because I've been trying to say, I got nothing against this guy. It's just, bro. My number 1 is Dario, bro. Fucking Dario getting smoked, man. And it pains me to say that I have nothing against the guy. I won't say it enough, but bro, it was so cathartic, man. Holy fucking shit, it was good, man. And like to add to that, the way that he, like, bro, I've rewatched it. He didn't even fake the glove touch. It's even worse than that. He used the glove touch to get his opponent's hands way up to be able to shoot a takedown. That's a dick move, bro. That's a fucking dick move if I ever seen one. And just to get like kind of what he deserved for doing that, it was cathartic as fuck. And that's without even saying everything that happened before that, all the weight misses, the fucking Powell decision, which still haunts my soul to this day. Bro. So I'm sorry to put that at number 1. I'm not gonna pretend like I love to be here and like prey on a guy's downfall and like, oh yeah, that fucking guy got knocked out. He got what he deserved. But yeah, no, it is what it is, man. That's my moment. That's my moment, man. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, for me, my number one moment of the night, or of the month, sorry, was Rafael Ouellette transforming into Nate Diaz for the night, getting his first pro MMA win. And yeah, it's landing a nice slap, getting the rear naked choke, and hitting a bunch of nice, like, Diaz-esque flexes, and yeah, the slapping him and taunting him. It was just, it was a whole experience being there live for that. Like, that was some crazy shit.
That was goated shit, that's for sure, man. Performance. Let's finish with performance. And then I got a super special award, man. But before that, let's do the performances of the month. At number 5 for me, it's Rodrigo Cezinando, Said Mirzai. I think we kind of said everything we had to say about that fight, but yeah, super impressive. So it has to be mentioned.
Yeah, for me, number 4 was I honestly had the same thing. I wasn't sure if I was going to put it at 4 or 5, but I got Rodrigo there too.
Number 4. Even though I said that, like, I expected every second, every moment of this fight to go down this way, I still got to give it to Matteo Vogel. He fought one of the most experienced guys, like, that month. Like, on every card, Drew Brokenshire was one of the most experienced guys. And he treated him like a fucking fool, man. He treated him like he had no business being in there with him. So even though I expected that thoroughly, it's still a super impressive performance. So I got to highlight the performance and give him a mention. So that's why I got Matteo at number 4.
Yeah, for me, at number 4, I had Sylvester Sanchez for just that performance against Matt in the co-main event at BTC. It was just, yeah, you never really expect the guy coming in, like, when the records are around equal even. You never expect the away guy to come in against the hometown guy and get a dominant performance. But, yeah, he did it.
Number 3 for me, it's Morgan against Łukasz Demszur, Polish fighter who was 7-1 in his last 8. And the way that he just came and chewed his leg off and knocked him out in the first round, man, he treated him like he had no business there. And we're talking about a guy who's close to the UFC and Łukasz Demszur. So to treat people that are this good that way, absolutely deserves a nod in the performance of the month for me. So number 3, Alex Morgan.
Yeah, number 3 for me was Surrey City, just going out there and getting the first round TKO win. Yeah, it was just a super clean performance. It was, yeah, sort of expected for him, but it was still just, he did what he was supposed to do and made it look pretty.
Number 2 for me is Xavier Nash against Navid. Like, when looking at these lists, I think, like, the quality of the opponent is one of the most important criteria. And even though Navid is only 1-1 now, was 1-0 before that fight, I think even though Xavier had the noteworthy performance here, I feel like Navid, by performing the way he did against Xavier, showed that he was, like, super fucking legit. Showed that he was, like, one of the toughest fights you can get in Canada, even though the guy is only 1-1. So the way that Xavier was able to perform and come through in the 5th round to really steal that fight away and avoid another horrible hometown decision by a commission that looks to be like, I won't even comment on that because I had my fair share of troubles with commissions in the past. So I'm not trying to get the BC one against me before I even get there. So I'm not going to say stuff about them, but bro, yeah, they're well known to be bad, and Xavier gave them no choice. Amazing performance. So it's at number 2. I really hesitated to put it at number 1, but yeah, I got a special one for that one.
Yeah, for me, number 2, I gave it to Matteo just for his perfect performance against Drew Brokenshire. Took a huge step up record-wise compared to his last 2 fights in who he faced, and he got the job done. It was just super dominant. defended the belt, and yeah, UFC ready for sure.
Absolutely, man. So number one, it's Danny Mallet. I gotta give him to him, man. Like, I can't understate it enough. Like, fucking Jordan Balmir is a monster. A pro boxer for a while, 12 pro fights, 13 pro fights in boxing. In his amateur MMA career before he transferred to boxing, the guy beat Robert Serrais, beat Jeremy Capone, like beat many people. So the guy was coming in hot, like, was coming in as the prospect in that fight. And the way that we're not talking about him being the prospect anymore after that fight, everybody's talking about Danny Mallet. What's next for him? Is he gonna fight Joe Ramsey? Like all these questions. So yeah, no, Danny Mallet gets the performance for me because, bro, like Jordan Balmir is crazy, man. The way that he did him, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I had to give performance of the month to Alex Morgan just for going out there and looking like a monster on the feet. On the main event at Samurai MMA 5, it was nasty. Dropped him with the punches, with leg kicks. It was sick. So yeah, that gets my top performance of the month.
Let's go. Are we ready for the very special award then? Like
yeah.
the most special award in all of MMA will be given right now. It is the Nate Diaz Award of Excellence. And it's going to fucking Raphaël Ouellet, man. Let's
go.
Fucking go from Trois-Rivières to Powell River, BC, which looks to be fucking far away from everything. But, man, they're there. The Ouellet brothers, they're taking over. Raphaël Ouellet, man. I wanted to give him my moment of the year, the month, but it's even better than that, man. Bro, this guy, he's everything I want. He's everything I need, man. The Ouellet brothers, they're just my favorite people in the whole fucking world. And Raphaël Ouellet, man, like you said, went on full fucking Nate Diaz for that fight and like slapped the fucking guy, took his back standing, choked him the fuck out, and then started yelling at everybody. That's what you want, man.
Out of the cage, just to living in the moment. Yeah, that was amazing. I think we're gonna have to find a way to get you out to Powell River when you're in BC for a month, man.
Oh, bro, I want to go to Powell River for sure. I thought it was on the island, but it's not.
I thought it was too, just because I was younger when I went there once, and I don't remember it too well. But yeah, it's off Sunshine Coast on the mainland. I had Nelson Spriju correct me after I was talking out of my ass on the podcast, but yeah, still far away though.
I think you still gotta take a ferry to go there though. Like to go around Bowen Island or whatever. I don't know, man, but yeah, I need to go there, roll with these guys at least.
Yeah, I think Raf's in Victoria doing some training there for a bit, so I think might be able to do an easy trip there, get the whole Nate Diaz experience and everything.
For sure, man. I need that. And I'm coming to Victoria, that's for sure. So yeah, if he's there, then maybe that'll be easier. But I need to speak to the OG to Nick, man. He's our first love, man. He's the first one we knew. So I need to see them both. But yeah, no, fucking Raf gets all the awards he wants, man. He gets everything he wants from me. This guy's amazing. I'll probably bring him some weed as a gift. I don't know, but fuck. He wins the Nate Diaz Award of Excellence, that's for sure, because what a fucking guy, man.
Yeah, I think from here on out, March 30th is National Raphael Ouellet Day.
Yeah, man. Like, bro, March 30 at 4:20 p.m. Bro, you better be fucking ready because it's going down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was nasty.
Oh, yeah, man. So there you go. There you have it, guys. Anything else you want to talk about, man?
Yeah, just got some Canadians in action this weekend. Tanner Bozier making his return to 205 against Ian Cutelaba in the co-main event. Jillian Robertson fighting Pierre Rodriguez in the prelims on that card as well, UFC Kansas City. And then the big one, Ali, doing everything he can, or PFL's doing everything they can to get that man a loss, but he just can't do it. He just won't take a loss in the PFL, and he's fighting Shane Burgos now. I was seeing that one's on the prelims for some reason. I don't know if that's true.
No, it's the main event.
Okay, good. Yeah.
We also got Alex Martinez fighting Rausch Manfio. I think is that a rematch?
I don't think so. I think that might be one of the
No,
few guys he hasn't fought there. So
yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm so scared about that Abdulaziz guy.
Yeah, it's not gonna get any easier for Ali.
But I don't think is he still there?
Not on that card, so I guess he's one of.
Is he getting that, bro? If that fucking
he's getting
guy
the Ali treatment.
Oh no, I hope not, man.
He's definitely getting the Abdelaziz.
That would be like worse than worse, man. Because this guy is like, bro, this guy is an animal, man. I've been like following him since like 2014, 2015, and I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be in the UFC someday, and he's gonna be so good. But yeah, no, he's still not booked. He withdrew from his fight with Ahmed Amir on that card, so maybe he's out, man. I fucking hope he is. Oh, bro, that would be so cool because, man, this guy is an animal, and I feel like he was the kryptonite in that division. But if he's gone, it's still Ali's division, that's for sure, man. It's not like Bruno Miranda or fucking Clay Collard or one of these guys that are gonna do shit.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, besides that, I got nothing else. I just want to don't judge me too hard for that. For those lists that I did, everyone that was super super last minute rushed. It's the last week of the semester now, and I got a lot of deadlines to do. So I promise they'll get better each one I do.
No, it was good, man. Don't be scared, homie. Shit was good. Yeah, hey guys, thanks for being there this week. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back next week, maybe with a guest. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that materializes. But yeah, I have contacted some people, so maybe we'll have a guest. So see you guys next week.